Hey there folks, rinimt here, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV, The Realm Reborn. In the last part, we wrapped up the 2.1 story, A Realm Awoken, I believe it was. And now it's time to start on the 2.1 post-game, which involves 3 dungeons and 1 raid. Mainly. There is some other stuff, but for now we're just gonna go with the 3 dungeons and 1 raid, okay? Serious business. My first genuine assignment under Master Mimidoa, and now this? Whatever did I do to deserve such a fate? But where are my manners? I am Diamanda, smith recently in the employ of Naldeacon Females. I arrived at these parts not a few days past to assist in the restoration of Pharos Sirius. Will I expect my arrival to be greeted by the God's Forsaken Song? A song I thought confined to my worst nightmares. Yes, I speak of the grim serenade of the foul sea witch that lured my poor father into a watery demise so many years ago. So I stand here with idle hands, powerless to avenge his death, powerless to repay my debt to Master Mimidoa, once my father's mentor, as he now is mine. The agony of it all. If only my brother were here, he would see to it that... But perhaps my brother remains lost at sea. You are an adventurer, are you not? Perhaps if you were to defeat the Siren... Yes, you must, if not for me, then for all the sailors who seek safe passage across the threatening seas. Seek our Master Mimidoa at the pier. You'll find them gazing grimly in the direction of Pharos Sirius, lamenting our fate. So yeah, you may remember before we took on Garuda, we were hearing mentions of Pharos Sirius. Well, it's now time to be able to go ahead and take it on. So, another initiate, are you? Huh? No one says yes to that. You have a familiar face, though. Come to think of it, you bear a striking resemblance to a brave lassie I once met. Helped us chase off one of those goddamn sirens from Pharos Sirius, she did. What's that you say? Speak up, missy. Here's a hammer taking their toll on my ears. Any road, you may not be half the heroine your predecessor was, but you know the saying, Andy Port in a storm. Ah, that's right. Damned if I tell you why, but that hellsborn hussy is back, and she's running the roughs hard over the place with a crew of her song-snared flunkies. Me and Diamanda, we've naught to do but sit on our arses till someone cleans the place out. Look, this is more than a reclamation project to me and alas, that scurvy witch killed her father, one of me pariah students. I swore a vow to meself to do his name proud and restore the beacon, but these hands were made for hammering and not scuffling with sirens. What say you follow in your forebears' footsteps and fight this one for old Mimidoa? I'll send word to David, the guard of the lighthouse. He'll tell you all you need to know. So we could just take the ferry there, but we could also fly. Taking the ferry would be faster, but we can fly, we can fly, we can fly, we can fly, we can fly. So yeah, you had to take the ferry over to this island before they introduced flying, but we can fly. It's wonderful. I tell ya, wonderful. Ah, adventurer, you've come at a moment too soon. The Siren has holed herself up in the lantern chamber atop the structure. The most direct route would be through the front door, but I fear the Siren is already wise to her intentions and has posted the most formidable of her thralls to guard the entrance. Our only hope to breach our foes' defenses is to attack from below through the flood cellar. You cannot win the battle for us, I know not who can. Go forth, friend, that Pharos Sirius may shine bright and new. Alright, and with that, we have unlocked Pharos Sirius. Yay, after all that teasing before Garuda. Actually, it's not yay, this place can be a pain in the butt. So... always the healer spot, I swear. Always the healer spot. So welcome to Pharos Sirius. Honestly, I really don't actually like this dungeon. I also have memories of this dungeon, and we'll talk about those when they become more relevant. It involves real life stuff, so... So, we're actually going in through the sewers! Yay! We're just going to have to deal with the local wildlife down here, so let's go ahead and toss on good old Fist of Fire. Get my keyboard tray out here. Probably be a nice thing to have. So, as expected, we're gonna be probably running through this decently fast. Or, you know, I think we're just grabbing that particular enemy. So, honestly, this music here, like, as much as I dislike this dungeon, the music here actually isn't bad. Like, it's actually okay. I mean, kind of fits. This is a kind of creepy place, and yeah, it's kind of creepy music. And also the fact that, you know, there's a siren here that's luring sailors to their doom, and so it has this like at the start of it, just throughout it, just like this woman singing, like almost like it's a siren, you know? Just kind of cool. Anyways, we're coming up to our first little roadblock, I guess you could say. So this is going to be sort of one of the gimmicks of this dungeon, is we're going to have to deal with these zombie sailors. Obviously, they've been enthralled by Siren, and they are guarding these gates. They've also been infused with crystal because they are within Pharos Sirius, and it did get struck with that giant piece of crystal when Dalamund fell. So that is the sewers part. So now we're actually going to get into the lighthouse here. We're going up a floor. And again, we're going to hit a little roadblock just with those sailors. The sailors here. I was going to say so to speak. It's not so to speak. It is sailors. What am I saying? Thanks trying to aggro them before they're actually available. I don't blame them. Takes forever for these things to spawn. One of the annoying things about this place, honestly, is that these enemies, these zombies, take so long to come up. There's a barber here. Well, at least they can get their hair done. I was just, literally before I started recording this, I'm like, man, I am so tempted to go get my hair cut, because obviously, like, I'm recording this about mid-September, so I mean, my state isn't, like, super locked down, but it's still, like, I don't want to sacrifice my morals to go get my hair cut. I can deal with the longer than I like it hair. So, the thing with this is we're going to be getting these zombie warhounds spawning, and they are going to, well, just be annoying in ads. And so the boss is going to drop this corrupted crystal. Oh yeah, also when the zombie warhounds die, they do infect anyone near them with crystal. Ow! The tank really needs to get this off of that stuff. Yeah, the tank really needs to get off of the corrupted crystal there. So the corrupted crystal is just like, yeah. Stack of 3 will trigger an explosion, so people were hitting 3 because the tank was tanking it on the crystal there, which is just bad. Really, really bad. And yeah, this... Welcome to Pharos Sirius! Oh, seriously? So that's what I mean by people leaving, by the way. They'll leave over the slightest little things, such as, you know... Yeah. Alright. At least it was a DPS slot. DPS slots are so easy to fill. I'm also gonna resort. This is actually something they added with patch 5.3, is the ability to sort your party list once people join. If it's out of order from how you normally like it. It bugged me so much. And on my main character, I have like macros set up to target specific slots, and it's like, and then it gets out of order. It's like, oh my gosh. Just be in the right order, please. Alright, so it looks like we got a bard instead of a samurai, which at least means if we're tanking on the crystal again, which we shouldn't be, at least someone can do damage. So anyways, let's try this again, this time with about 1% less death. That would be great, actually. So yeah, he's also going to do this corrupting shot, where obviously if you get hit, it is going to corrupt you. And I got hit by corruption. Because when those zombie warhounds die, they very, very quickly leave gunk in their wake. And this tank is tanking in a really bad spot still. Yeah, I'm about to trigger an explosion. Sorry, I can't help it. The tank is tanking in a really terrible position. Ow. This boss is, honestly, this boss is a mess. Like, this boss is so dumb. It's just unbelievable how dumb this boss is. Honestly, I think it's just a metaphor for how dumb Pharos Sirius is. Like, oh my gosh. Oh, and the tank keeps running on the crystal. Oh my gosh. Hey, we finally hit 55 after they've been like teasing us and sitting there for ages. I'm gonna need that. I don't care. Then I need it for descent eventually. Anyways, so as we enter this room, pieces of crystal are going to fall from the ceiling, which, well, they can't actually hit you. I think they'll fall fast enough so that you cannot get hit. I also appear to be tanking right now, so that's sweet. Yeah, so just as you kind of proceed into this particular room, it's like, oh yeah, that's a thing. Oh yeah, and if they, like, pieces that don't stick in the ground, they can fall on you and hit you, because I did get hit by an ether detonation there. So we've got a corrupted Sprite here. Obviously, this place is so high in, like, ether that it's, like, pretty expected to have Sprites in here. Also, kind of giving us a teaser as to what's going to come in the next floor. So if we go straight, which we probably will, because everyone misses this turn. Which is fine, because this lets us finish the map, actually. We find a treasure... Why is the tank pulling it back? I am just so confused right now. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I really, really don't. Anyways, there's a treasure chest in this room. So that's a thing. I guess. So, anyway, let's just AoE these enemies down. Looks like... No, I was gonna say, it looks like the bard might be tanking that one enemy there. So yeah, this part of the map is actually really easy to miss, just because so what either happens is you miss that part of the map when you're first going through here, or you miss this turn and get that part of the map and have to go back and get this turn. Yeah, so proceeding on to the next floors, we're still gonna get hit with aether detonations, which again makes me unable to see. And continuing on, slimes are gonna start falling from the ceiling. Yeah, I think this place needs major work. Major work. Just saying. Oh gosh. There's just so much ether here, and yeah. Pharos Sirius. Like, I'll be honest, like, just this batch, like, the 2.1 dungeons in general are just not my favorites. They all have, like, really dumb gimmicks about them in some way. So I have never seen such a cautious tank. Actually, okay, I have seen such a cautious tank. I haven't seen such a cautious tank in so long. Oh my gosh. I'm used to tanks just bonsai. Not like, oh, we gotta pull back. Oh, no, we might have more enemies. We gotta pull back. So I believe if you go down that way, I'm gonna wait for them to run the other way, and I'm gonna toss on... Oh, no, I'm not gonna toss on Fist of Wind. There's a chest back there. I was gonna go for it, but I forgot that there are enemies there. Oh, Tank is trying to grab these enemies before they're available again. So, let's go ahead and... it might be close enough to do this. Yeah, very close enough. Like, seriously, this music is, like, hauntingly nice. It's at least something. Now we're properly going up to the next floor. So once we do this, you'll see that we actually can see the outside. Hello, there's the outside. Hey, you can see an Aether right over there. Huh, I never actually looked this way. I'm guessing that's Swift Perch, and we can't really see Aelport. What Aetherite is that? Is that Costa? Oh, sorry, I'm distracted. Looking at the scenery. I've never like really examined that scenery there. So anyways, welcome to the second boss. This boss is hell. I think that could just sum up this dungeon in general. So you're gonna see all these zoo eggs off to the side. You don't want to attack them. Attacking them is bad. Doing so pisses off mommy. Unless they start threatening the hatch. When they start threatening the hatch, you're gonna want to wait for them to do so, because again, you do not want to piss off mommy. Seriously, pissed off mommy is really, really bad. And I've seen groups basically just very, very quickly wipe to pissing off mommy. So, gonna go in the air and do Sonic Storm and all that nonsense. Ow. Ow. So we do want to take out the zoo ads. I think. Oh my gosh, this is becoming a mess again. Let's just go ahead and AoE. These don't... Killing the babies doesn't piss off mommy. Just the eggs. Just the eggs. Let's go ahead and AoE this. Okay, they're all dead, so I can resume attacking normally. Please stop turning, Tank. Yeah, so if you kill the eggs in that fight, then mommy actually really does get pissed. She gets an attack buff, and I believe a speed buff, so she'll start attacking faster. And it just starts stacking and stacking and stacking, and after a point, your healer just cannot keep up, your defenses cannot keep up, and you will just die. Flat out die. So, anyway, we are pretty much right above where we had been. We want to deal with this Aether Valve. To stop this flow of corrupted Aether, that's, you can see going up, as it appears, it does blow up, like the tank just ran right in and showed us. And we're gonna do that a few times. So you do actually absolutely have to turn off those valves, otherwise the way to the next fight is gonna be blocked. Oh, it was trying to divide on us. So you can see the next one up there. It's not shooting our way, which is good for now. Oh, it rotates which way it shoots. Why are you going backwards, Tank? Meh. I ain't going back. I'm going forward. Going forward. So this one actually is really annoying to hit. You have to be really off to the side and hope that one of your party members does not trigger an explosion, because then that'll interrupt whoever is trying to hit the detonation. And now we are at Tyrant, our second to last fight of this dungeon. Like, all things considered, it's a really short dungeon. It's just a crappy dungeon. I'll just put it simply, this dungeon sucks. So, because I do actually need to explain some things on the next boss, so I did mention that there's gonna be ads and stuff, but just didn't want to kill Tyrant, honestly. So I will AoE. So I mentioned I had a little bit of a story for this fight. So, God, 2017, I was, like, just coming back to the game after a big break. And so I was in this dungeon, I was on healer, and we get to the last boss, Siren, and suddenly, everything is shaking. Like, okay, so I do live in earthquake country. I'm not California, but I do live in earthquake country. So yeah, everything is just starts shaking. I'm like, oh god, earthquake. I was also streaming this at the time, by the way, on my Twitch, which I don't really do much anymore, but yeah, so I was streaming this on my Twitch as well. So I'm just like, oh god, earthquake. I type in the chat, earthquake. I'm trying to keep healing, even though I should be taking cover. Like, it was like I want to say like a 6.2, like 20 miles from me or something like that. And yeah. So I'm like totally freaking out. We don't wipe at all. No one dies, actually. We managed to stay alive. And then I'm just like, I don't want to do anything. I'm worried about aftershocks, which is a good thing because 10 minutes later an aftershock hits. I might try and find that video. If it doesn't have spoilers in the side or anything, I might add it in here if I can properly find it. So anyways, this is Siren. Gonna be doing these Siren song buffs, which lowers max HP, etc., etc. And also, there's gonna be these ones going after the healers. If it catches the healers, or whoever it goes after, it is going to yeah, it must be at maximum HP when effect ends to avoid charm for that. It's going to jump up, do all that nonsense, and you have to be very, very close to it in order to avoid getting hit by that charm. So yeah, that's the main things with Siren. I guess I could have told the story here, but, you know. But that's the main things with Siren. You just have to deal with ads, and deal with this boss being all over the place. She jumps this time. Go up close to her. Want to be up here. Goodbye, everyone else. You're now going to be charmed if you're not fully healed. Let's go ahead and limit break her. And that's Pharos Sirius. But yeah, I've an earthquake has hit while I've been in this dungeon fighting that boss as a healer, so I'm like, oh my god, are you serious? Ah. Pun intended, by the way. Pun definitely intended. Just like, oh my gosh. Yeah, so that's Pharos Sirius. That's my story of Pharos Sirius and how I... No, it wasn't a 6.2. It was a 5.7. It was 5.7, 20 miles from me. It did some damage to, like... Because it was right by a little town. It did some damage there, but... I think it, like, knocked stuff off the shelves, and soon after I get a call from my grandma who... No, it wasn't 2017. It was 2016. Right? Yeah, because it was the year my grandpa died. So it was 2016. There we go. 2016. I get a call from my grandma because her oldest daughter is visiting her, and... Oh my gosh. And they're like, did you feel the earthquake? And I'm like, yeah, well, it woke us up. No one else here seemed to be bothering, but it woke us up. It was like 1 a.m. when it hit. But yeah, like stuff got knocked off shelves, and I'm sure there was the theories of, oh, Yellowstone's gonna blow, because that always happens anytime an earthquake hits. Well, it turns out there's mountains. Obviously, there's gonna be earthquakes in this area. Oh my god, there's an earthquake. Holy shit. Guys, there's an earthquake going on right now! Oh god! Shit! Oh my god.
Oh boy. Kill it fast.
Oh my god. Still shaking.
Wait.
I can't focus right now.
Hold on.
Please kill it.
Okay, there you go. Okay, focus on yourself right now.
Holy crap. Can't tell if it's still shaking or if I'm shaking. That was an earthquake.
Jeez.
That was a 5. It had to have been a 4 or 5.
Wonder where.
Had to be close. 20, 30 miles? Maybe closer? Holy crap.
Hey. Did it scare you?
Yes, I was in the middle of a boss. You were watching, right?
No. I quit watching.
Oh my god. Is it on the map? That's what happened the last time there was an earthquake. I was playing FF11. I thought it was... No, seriously. I was playing FF11. There was a 5.4 earthquake like 20 miles away. And I had my leg up on my desk. And my desk started shaking. I thought it was just the game.
Dude, realistic,
Because we were fighting King Behemoth and it was stomping around, so I literally thought it was just the game.
Dude, that's too real. Too real. The real experience. It would have been funnier if we were fighting Titan.
If that had been worse, I would have bolted because
Titan.
God.
I'm out. Just fucking run. Jeez.
So, anyway, we are heading up to Mordona now. As I deal with the fact I do need my hair. God. Alright, so we have 2 dungeons to pick up here, actually. Actually, we have way more than 2 dungeons to pick up here. We have 2 dungeons to pick up here for now. So first we're going to talk to Hugobert. We want out of sight, out of mind. I've seen more and more visitors to this godforsaken place lately, most of them battle-hardened types seeking a worthy test of their mettle. Trust that I might count you among them. Look, you didn't hear this from me, but word has it that Copperbell Mines are looking not unlike the 8th hell in recent days. Stolen torches would have us believe that they have matters under control, but a minor acquaintance of mine would beg to differ. He says the torches have proven far more adept at quelling rumors than the Hecaton shares, if you catch my drift. Why do I betray this knowledge to you? I fear for my friend's life, and mine own as well, should those hulking monstrosities break free to the surface. The challenge you seek would see you accidentally find your way to Copperbell and proffer your services. So we do need to head to Copperbell Mines, but before we do that, we want to talk to Lorian and get Maniac Manor. Forgive me, friend. A most chilling encounter has my nerves on edge. I was traveling through the shroud when a man accosted me out of nowhere. His eyes darting wildly in fear, he spoke of Haukke Mansion, from which the tortured screams of young maidens can be heard day and night. Haukke Manor, was it? Oh, Haukke Manor. What's that? You purchased those same mounts of its unholy inhabitants some time ago? That is curious indeed. The man recounted the events as if they had happened not days ago. Well, it would put my heart at ease, and though his tale was but a fancy born of a few too many flagons of mead, the poor soul had not the air of a drunk or a liar. Perhaps you know someone who could shed light on the matter? So we do need to go back to Ursendale in Gridania, so I guess I will go ahead and do that after I make sure I choose Gridania and not Loda. That would probably help. Ah, friend, it is good to see you again. How I wish I could greet you with more joyful tidings. I trust you have heard the rumors. Yes, I fear they are true. And then some. Oh, wherever shall I begin? After I release my lady from her torment, I see the bravery and kindness that will remember you until the last of my days. I paid a visit to the Wood Whalers and told the tale in all its tragedy, that the guardians of the Twelveswood might know the truth. Though the Whalers did not doubt my words, they insisted on a thorough investigation of the manor. Without witnessing my lady's remains for themselves, I was told they could hardly vouch for the citizenry's safety. A prudent judgment, I thought, and I did not argue. It is what happened next that confounded everyone, myself most of all. A contingent of wood whalers was dispatched to the manor, and I personally escorted them in. This would be the last I saw them, for nary a one returned. Minutes turned to hours, and before long, night surrounded the silent manor. 'Twas then that screams began. Again, ungodly, heart-rending screams that shall be burned in my memory forevermore. Against my better reasoning, I mustered the courage to peer inside. Oh, how I wish I had not, for what peered back from was someone, nay, something. For that which I saw surely possessed no soul like you or I. That has no right to exist in our world. The whalers have dispatched yet another contingent to investigate the manor. The fools, did they not see that they have writ their own destinies? Cannot save them, but you, friend, you may succeed where I so miserably fail. I implore you, pray come to our aid once more. So, we do need to head to Haukke Manor. I guess I'll go for that one first, because it is closer. It's also first on my list, like, literally. Alright, Manor Foregate. Thank you, Gate, for the experience or just the money. Thank you for the money. Alright. Haukke Manor Hard. Oh, shoot. My gear. No. How low is it? It'll be fine. As long as we don't wipe 10,000 times, it'll be fine. Just need to make sure I heal when I go to Horizon. Or if this tank doesn't respond. Which he did. Alright. So, welcome to Haukke Manor. Once more, we will want to go ahead and just take a right because, well, we can't really go left. So, there's going to be these succubuses-like things summoning ants. And we are going to need to get keys. Alright, someone got the key. So, Oh, here's where we need to get the key. So we just have to deal with that one ad. Then just head over here, grab this key, because of course you have to go out of the way to be able to progress. Makes sense, right? So that drops a key, which we can use to open up this locked door. And then we can repeat that process once more, as I forget about my good friend Twin Snakes once again. One more key. Open up another locked door. Feels a lot like regular Hawk right now, doesn't it? Except more in place, I guess you could say. Not really all around and yada yada. So yes, we have to go another key to open up another door. Hey, we don't have to do it anymore. Sorry, I'm like getting text messages like which started because someone tried to call me right as we were in gym. Like, I literally cannot answer right now. So now we just have to deal with some general trash mobs until we get to our first boss. I don't know why I did a single target there. Because I'm like half distracted having to answer some text messages right now. It's like, what's happening? This is why I recorded night, not in the morning. I want to record. So these statues are going to come to life. We've seen this deal in Amdapor Keep. It's nothing new. Let's just go ahead, take care of them, and be on our way, because we are almost at the first boss. Also, this is why I was like, yeah, the Pharos Sirius music is great, because this... I hate this music. This music... So this is the first boss. It's a Manor Jester. You may remember something very similar to the second boss in original Haukke Manor. So we just want to go ahead and beat this thing up here. And let's actually use my... And... Oh, I just slowed someone. Okay. I'm like, did I put ice spikes up? Because I'm not getting slowed. No, just slowed someone. Okay. That's all it was. So we can speed this up, and I think it does try and summon the ads or something, or like something with if you leave the skeletons up, they'll try and summon ads, or here we go. Ads are trying to be summoned. And yeah, that's the first boss. I remember the first time I did this dungeon, when it first came out. Oh my gosh, that was an absolute mess. Absolute mess. So, second part of Haukke Manor, we are going to be using those crystal orbs to go around because obviously our ways are blocked. You'll see these walls coming at us as we progress through here, and it looks like I think missed that there was some ads off to the sides. Like so, but then again, you actually don't really want to be fighting in there because those do damage if you may have happened to notice that. But let's go ahead and just AoE this nonsense down. And I'll talk about the mantra. Help out the healer on the team. Actually, I've been trying to get better about mantra, even when I'm leaving. I've been trying to practice playing monk on my main character. I'll be honest here. I've been trying to practice playing monk then. But, oh man. So I'm trying to get better about using mantra. Right. So, someone pick up the key. Yes, we have a tank key. Okay. Good. So we need to clear out these acrobats here, which will result in us being able to open this door if Tank doesn't try to run ahead. Crack open that door, and we are going to be greeted with a Manor Sentry and 2 acrobats. So remember the sort of sentries deal from original Haukke Manor. As you might guess, like the original sentry and the original Haukke Manor, it's going to run away once we get it down to a certain percent and unlock our path. Of course, it like has a reset back to its original position before it can actually do that. Huh. Did not realize there was a regular chest there. Expecting gear. So that opens our path here, which greets us with Ash. No, not Ash Ketchum. Sorry, guys. So this is our second boss. Again, it's gonna be pretty basic, honestly. It's called as hard, and I guess, I mean, when it did come out, it actually was kind of hard. Obviously, we're over geared now. Far more geared than when it came out. So, it's going to be doing these line attacks, which are going to do that, and it's also going to do this Tenebrous Missile, which is going to put a Scythe Damager on the ground, and obviously you do not want to be in it, because it will do damage to you. So, there will... Ow! I wish the tank would put this in a better spot. We've got an ad here. So it's going to do some more diagonal sort of ones of those. I'm getting hit by missiles and yada yada. And let's just beat the bash. Sorry, Ash Ketchum. Pikachu's without a trainer now. So, grab those chests. So these chests used to drop garbage, like random crafting materials. They had to take those out when they extended the free trial. Maybe try to have more text I missed. And yeah, they had to take those out because obviously that would just be free money for guild sellers abusing the free trial. Because yes, that does happen, unfortunately. They try and ban them, but it's just easy for them to make another account and come right back. Yeah, it's I mean, I will be upfront, honestly. Yeah, sometimes the guild seller issue is bad, but they're also, like, way better than they were in FF11 about guild sellers. They were so bad in FF11 about guild sellers. Like, oh my gosh. So, there was this endgame area called C in FF11. I'm sure if people kept up with, like, MMO stories back in, you know, early 2010s, or no, it was, like, late 2000s. Like, 2008, 2009, not even early 2010s. It's been, like, no, it's been, like, 2007, 2009-ish. The link shell I was in, like, we were trying to kill what was known as Absolute Virtue, which was basically the hardest boss in the game, and it was unkillable, but we were trying to help prove it was unkillable, so we were, like, trying all these different strategies and stuff, so we, like, pulled it to this one area, this one section of the area it spawned in, but unfortunately, as we were trying to pull it, there were these guild sellers, like this group of guild sellers. They were pretty infamous on our server, like, and they were trying to take it from us, and every time they tried to take it from us, they would do what was called a call for help, which would make it not drop any experience, any items, or anything. Oh, come on! Seriously? Yes, I kind of complained in chat, like, waiting would have been nice! So, what we need to do in this fight is we need to deal with the ads. That is what this fight is all about, Haukke Manor says. So you need to take the ads down as low as you can get them, so that when she pulls them in, you take almost no damage from the AoE she does afterwards. And so we're going to have to repeat this several times. And now there's going to be 2 ads to deal with. So we're going to have to do this on both of these, take care of both of the ads. And she'll pull them in one by one, thankfully, which does give us time to deal with the 2 different ads. The healer definitely needs to be on their game this time, but as they're also doing this, they're also going to gain resistances to... Haukke Manor is also going to gain, like, various resistances, so it can't be silenced or anything like that. And now it also has a damage up buff. So this is the hard one. This is the one we probably want to limit break, if I'm honest. So you really want to make sure when Lady Amandine comes out, you absolutely focus on her. Because Lady Amandine has a lot of HP. Oh, we actually got it down to 0.1%. So that is pretty nice. Yeah, so even with getting down to 0.1%, this is going to do a decent amount of damage. But yeah, so it can get really, really nasty if you don't take down Lady Amandine. I've had many groups just completely fail in that fight because they're like, oh, what's an ad? I just see the main boss. Oh, what's all this damage? Oh, we're dead. Yeah, that's basically how that often ends up going. So, I'm gonna run back here. I'm gonna follow Flam Kitty's lead and run back because I saw a treasure coffer down here. I was like, I saw something down here. It's actually 2 treasure coffers. A ring and a necklace. All mine. So let's Haukke Manor hard. Yeah, it's like just that last fight. This entire dungeon completely comes down to that last fight. Completely. Like, oh my gosh. Because, okay, so it does also come down to a tank knowing what the heck they're doing. But that last fight can go horrendous if you don't go for the ads. Just because of that blood brain that she does whenever she pulls them in. Anyways, I do need to go restore my equipment and also get over the Copperbell. Actually, before we go on the Copperbell, and after I stop by the Mender here, I'm gonna go do a quest that's in this area that came with 2.1. That was a different quest, but apparently it came with 2.1, so it's not the quest I thought it was. So, makes sense, I suppose. Makes sense. Let's go down here and talk to Valiant Heart. The greatest story never told. Oh yeah, this is a riddle one, isn't it? I'm gonna pass. I don't feel like dealing with a riddle right now. I might do it once I, have all the riddle answers on me. Can I fly over? Namely, does it let me go high enough? It does. So unfortunately, you can't land up here. They didn't add any landing surfaces up here, which is... Wait! You can land up here! Yay! Hello! You land up here. Oh man, but you just can't land up on top of the actual mountains. I suppose they didn't add the landing surfaces there, but let's go over the Copperbell right quick. And talk with Stone Torch. An adventurer, baseless rumors notwithstanding, I can assure you that your meager talents are not needed here. No hecaton shares have returned to the mines, and even if they had, the Stone Torches would be seeing to the threat swiftly and ably, as is our wont. I know not what you just heard, but it certainly was not the tortured scream of some unfortunate miner being consigned to the maw of a bloodthirsty giant birthed from the gods' forsaken depths. 7 hells is all... It's true, all of it. We thought we had seen the last of them, but we were wrong. Horribly, dreadfully wrong. Let down our guard we did, and now Copperbell is overrun with a damn legion of the fiends, each one nastier than the last. We've already lost scores of our men to the chaos. The few that have returned alive claim that even the once docile brigands have gone mad, falling upon the poor miners in droves. So much for being harbingers of wealth and fortune, eh? The Stone Torches are loath to lean on the strength of outsiders, but I cannot in good conscience put fool pride before the lives of good men any longer. You reclaim these mines once. The torches, nay, the entire region of Ul'dah, be forever in your debt if you could perform the deed again. I beg of you, friend, banish those fiends to the depths, that they may never resurface. Which unlocks Copperbell Mines hard. Yay! Huzzah! Back to the mines. Adventurers have cleared Copperbell Mines of Akaton chairs, or have they? A band of adventurers from Amagina and Sons has gone missing in the deep shaft cut off mid-knock. On schedule, help Haukke. A more thorough adventure is needed to mob up the endearing giants. Pickaxes are to ring again and underground, and the gill to flow overground. Of course, instant with a healer. Every time, I swear. Well, we know it's not every time, but it feels like it 95% of the time. So, Haukke Manor, Copperbell Mines. Copperbell Mines hard. Yeah, this was still when they put a billion gimmicks within dungeons. Yeah, it's Copperbell, but harder, with more gimmicks. And yet some of the same gimmicks, honestly. Well, that's great stuff in the chat for a new player to see. Anyways, so we're gonna have to deal with some ads again and kill these as the tank runs off into God knows where, and let's take out these ads. And we're already dealing with giants at the start, as you can see, which once we kill those, the lift lever becomes accessible. Yeah, it's just like super similar to the original, honestly, so far. I'm guessing someone's gonna run ahead. Someone's running ahead. Make that the ninja is trying to run ahead. Oh, I don't want to skip the. I want to kill. Okay. Starting to think. Should have done it unsynced. Because apparently... Oh my god, I gotta skip everything. Like I said, this is... I know I've done this ramp before, but this is just not... It's not enjoyable for a new player to have to experience a dungeon like this, in my opinion. It really, really ruins the experience, and I've kind of seen it, like, just from people picking up the game on, that I follow on Twitter, that they're like, they just have the experience ruined because of how people try and do certain things nowadays. And it's like, I'm totally getting that. It's really just not a fun way to really teach the game. Obviously, yeah, I've done some of this stuff unsynced just because I knew people were going to do it. So... But it doesn't make me feel any better about it, let me tell you. And off people run. Off they run. I'm already annoyed. Like, and I'm not even a technical new player. And people run to the first boss. So this is the first boss. They're just gonna apparently run ahead and not bother saying a damn word. So this boss is going to be putting a fire chasing thing behind us. So it means this is a DPS race in a way, but it's also a race for healing and dealing with ads, while also DPS racing and the way the tank runs, because of course they do. So it just really just ruins the damn experience for new players to do it this way. And people don't think about it. I've been becoming more and more aware that when you have a new player, be mindful of them. Like, they're not gonna know, oh my god, the super fast ways. It's like, anyways. First boss down, it's just really a DPS race, that's all it is. So at this point, we need to guard these miners as they work on destroying this collapsed rock. We can't help them, but ideally we take care of the ads. I said ideally we take care of the ads. Tank? Tank? Or, you know, that happens too. That can happen too. Nothing really interesting off to the sides. So, there's a treasure coffer here that, of course, they're looking at right by. Which has a minion in it, so yes, I'm going to need on that. So, you might recognize this setup. Improved blasting device, the boss. It's kinda sorta like the second boss of original Copperbell Mines. Yeah. We can't do much to it. Biggie is big, Biggie is strong, no one stand up to Biggie! So we're gonna have to use the improved blasting device to help deal with that. Except instead of a actual bomb or a enemy bomb, we instead have a bomb. So a bomb, we have a bomb. And I guess we can do some damage to it. It's not like completely useless. But there are going to be enemy bombs as well, except you can't actually target them, and you're going to have to kind of try and predict where the boss is going to go for the explosion of the bomb. And I'm getting targeted. I just honestly don't really remember this boss very well at all. Ah, bombs! Ow. I'm not hit. I'm just saying out because why not? Why are the, like, bombs exploding way off in the middle of, like, nowhere? Okay, we're apparently gonna do this the hard way, I guess. So ideally you do have the bombs, because no one's picking them up when they get spawned. That's what's happening here. Stand back. Why did the tank pick up the bomb? Not the tank. Why did the ninja pick up the bomb? Yeah. Yeah, this is great. Let's just beat up the boss, I guess. I don't know what's going on anymore. We're always too worried about going fast. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. Take a guess and say that the bomb is gonna stay over where the heck it spawned. I don't even know where it spawned, honestly. I don't even see the bomb. It's not spawned? I guess we'll just beat him up the hard way or something. That works, I suppose. I'm sorry, I'm trying not to let my annoyance at the gotta go fast, oh my god. So, once you kill the big golem, Pinky's small, but Pinky's heart is big! So it's gonna try and attack the improved blasting device now, which is going to spawn a bomb because no one goes after it fast enough. Pinky's too young to die! And of course, because you kill it fast enough, things die. And yeah, that's the second boss. So this area's been kinda rearranged a little bit into the way that you're supposed to have to kill everything. Except, you know, I'm gonna be tanking everything because the tank has to run off without making sure they have aggro, and yeah. I'm sorry. I try not to be annoyed at dungeons. There's just times where it's like you're really not helping a new player. You really, really aren't. Grab that neck piece, maybe. So, yeah, like, these hard mode these particular ones in Realm Reborn are fairly similar to the originals. They were kind of just starting to really explore this sort of idea of reworking the dungeons in some ways, and they don't want to change too much because it still has the same feel, and of course, I don't think I'm a minion, did I? I don't think I did. There's a treasure chest back there. I am going to not need that because it's the ranged ring. And a skullcracker has broken through the rocks to let us through specifically. And we're just gonna rush to the last door. Bets on them pulling it before I am actually in. So, the last boss of Copperbell Mines is going to be different, in a way. It's obviously the same room, but it looks just like a sand pit on the ground. This is because if you fight it on the sand pit, and yeah, you kill my son, I kill you. Or we're just gonna fight in the middle of the sand pit. Ideally, you don't fight in the middle of the sand pit, if I remember right. Cute Wriggly's trash puny one. Yeah, because you're gonna have to deal with the sand pillar. It's sort of like, you know, in Cutter's Cry. Gonna target a specific party member to do a big power attack, and we're gonna have ads. Hello. Yeah, because of the sand pillar thing, yeah, that's why you really don't want to be fighting it in the middle, honestly. No. You really want to be fighting it off to the edges here, like out of... There we go. Finally got it. Ah, let's get out. I have a friend. I really have a friend. I have another friend. Let's go ahead and just kill Oranos and get the heck out of here because my sons, I failed you. Because, well, you know, gotta go fast. well, we have rescued the missing miners. Yay! Did I get that minion? No. I have a card, though, to use. So it's done, all in day's work. And now back to the quicksand. And it got shoved out. First round's on me. We live to mine another day. Nobody told me there would be giants. And well, with that, with a nice little 30-minute cut, because, remember those text messages I mentioned during Hawk? Yeah, it was, me trying to coordinate stuff that kind of came up while I was right before I was about to do this. So, in the next part, we will go ahead and head for the raid, which means back to Reven's Toll. So, thank you all for watching. Sorry about getting annoyed in Copperbell. I'm just like, oh, people, think about the... When you see a new player bonus, you should really be thinking about the new player. But no one ever does. Like, almost no one ever thinks about the fact there's a new player. Like, be patient. Stop skipping stuff. It's just, oh, you're just ruining the experience for people. Like, and then, like, they say... I guess this is going to be a mini rant at the end of the video. They say that this, like, the community is fairly welcoming, but there's... I think this is really just, like, a big issue with, like, the North American servers. I don't think it's as bad in Europe, and as far as I know, it's not that bad in Japan. But, like, there's just this big... Like, they say we're super welcoming, but there's just a big issue with people, like, I guess really wanting to gatekeep away from new players and just really lock out doing certain content to new players. And it's like, oh my gosh. Like, come on. Really? So, mini rant out of the way. This is really going to come to a head with the raid. I'm just going to tell you all that now. I'll explain it more when we get there. So thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking, commenting, and or subscribing if you really enjoyed it. Consider supporting the channel. All support greatly helps us keep being content like this and more. You can find the links for that in the description, along with links to me on social media. So thank you again for watching, and until next time, this is rinimt, signing out. Bye-bye!